Linesman Dave Frampton and John Sinclair, and as a reserve referee on the left there, Mike Peck. From the shadows into the sunshine. The reception from two bands of supporters, separated only by 10 miles. Oldham in blue, Manchester United in red. Special welcome for Brian Robson. His last game was against Liverpool, in the first team that is, on December the 23rd. Since then, the groin and the hernia operation. So let's check on the two lineups. First of all, Oldham Athletic. In the end, the only change from a third consecutive league defeat at Leicester on Tuesday is in goal, where John Hallworth reclaims the position from Andy Rhodes. For 22-year-old Earl Barrett, it's a return to the ground where his career began. For 29-year-old Andy Ritchie, a contest against the club for whom he was 13th man at Wembley 11 years ago. The Manchester United side, you know already that Robson and Webb are included. The man who stands down is Danny Wallace. It's a side apparently packed with midfield players, because Brian McClair has been playing wide on the right. It'll be interesting to see whether he does so again, or whether he now joins Mark Hughes up front. Neil Webb played his first full game 8 days ago. That was against Coventry City at Old Trafford, and he hit the crossbar, but he was given a fairly free role and he wasn't put under much pressure. Andy Ritchie, who's been troubled with a groin strain, but came back on Tuesday, and there was never really any doubt that he would play in this one. He's played in the semi-final for Leeds United and for Manchester United. Joe Worrell whistles up for the two skippers. Cup final referee 12 months ago, Joe Worrell, now greets Mike Milligan and the Oldham substitute, Stephen Smith, 12-year-old. Brian Robson, a little older than that, 33. But full of smiles, and understandably so. Mike Milligan has just forced himself into the Irish group for the World Cup. He played against England B at Cork and played very well by all accounts. He's been a key man in their side. Robson had the choice, it would seem. Well, it's 10 years ago, as we see Robson exhort his troops. It's 10 years ago since the second division side won the FA Cup. The man who scored the winning goal then is sitting next to me, Trevor Brookie.
Well, shocks can happen, as you just said, 10 years ago, but we've also seen Crystal Palace perform great already, and is really set up for another great second semi-final, I'm sure.
Referee just checking. He's happy with everything. We'll probably hear a helicopter above us. There's also a plane just leaving Manchester Airport, giving the passengers a view of this second FA Cup semi-final of the day. And for a change, of course, the winners know who is waiting for them at Wembley. Ian Marshall scored twice against his old club Everton, including the decisive one. And it's Oldham attacking the goal to our left. That went under Gary Pallister. You won't want that to happen too much, particularly not in the last third of the field. McPhelan with the throw. McClare started on the right. Holden, who went then with Hughes, and McClare now behind Holden. Andy Holden, who's reclaimed his place after injury from Paul Warhurst. He's starting very much on the right side. Well, very much in the right-back position, with Gibson playing in midfield, it would seem.
It's always interesting to see United's formation. Michael Phelan is going to play right-back, important role with Ricky Holden, of course, down the left-hand side. And then Gibson will play wide on the left, McClare wide on the right, and Webb will be given a free role just behind Mark Hughes up front.
Pitch has been well watered, as Jimmy Hill said. In fact, during the course of the week, it's had on it 36,000 gallons of water. Pallister in the battle with Marshall, all a little bit untidy. Phelan can give a feel of the ball to Jim Leighton. I think Leighton would appreciate it. Knows well what it's like to be in a Scottish Cup final, Jim Leighton. It was Redfern, but he had no real control on the ball. Robson. Barrett and Hughes won by Holden. Dennis Irwin, former Leeds United player, and like his skipper Mike Milligan, forcing himself to the fringe of the Republic of Ireland's World Cup squad. Also played in the B match at Cork. Uncomfortable that for Phelan. Here's Andy Ritchie. What a strong challenge by Bruce, and then by Robson. He really is unbelievable, Brian Robson. That sort of challenge, his first in a match when he's been out so long. The ball must have squealed. Martin. And the free kick is against Gibson for the challenge on Milligan. And Oldham with 4 forward. 2 wide, 2 down the middle. Earl Barrett in possession. It's a little bit long. McClare. Hughes. Instant, but comfortably cut out by Barlow. Good challenge by Hughes, it was enough. Webb. Nick Henry, who got back to deny him any room. Andy Barlow there is the only Oldham-born player in the Oldham side. And has played at Wembley. Phelan. Good cover by Holden. Good play by the skipper. Barlow's appearance at Wembley was as a schoolboy playing rugby league before the Rugby League Cup final. Here goes Andy Ritchie. Trying to follow it through to get round behind Phelan, but a bit of a mess between Phelan and Jim Leighton, about which there were no words. And the first corner of the match is to the second division side. Holden will take it. Marshall on the near post. Holden again. Trying to change the angle. Oh, an awkward one, and Barrett! Oh, Barrett, the scorer. What a mess for Manchester United. What a delight for Oldham Athletic. He just had to stand there and wave his foot as the ball came across. Ritchie went for it. I must say he looks a bit offside in that position, but the goal is given. Oldham have the lead.
Well, what an amazing start. Really, Rick Holden nearly got on the first ball across the face of the goal, and Michael Phelan cut it out, and they were lucky to get away with that. And then Ricky Holden, it was again, whipped in across. He's been so effective, hasn't he, either side with those whipped in crosses. And as you say, Andy Ritchie just, I think, took the eye off the ball for Jim Leighton, and there it was, Earl Barrett. Couldn't believe it, 5 yards out, open goal, 1-0.
Owen. Free kick is given. Paul Ince was complaining.
You're querying the offside just now, Barry. I think when the ball was first whipped in, then Man United moved up, and I've got a feeling, although he looked well offside when he's tapped it in, when the ball was played, it probably wasn't.
Well, certainly the referee and linesman were absolutely down the line where Barrett was standing. They had no doubts about it. It's United free kick. It's where the ball was lost by Leighton. Hughes. Irwin. Redfern to Ritchie is seeing a lot of the ball, and that's good for Oldham. And whatever happens to the second division side, they've set some good standards in that division and in attitude to the game and to people. Flag was up for offside, and Paul Ince again complains. And he would do well to calm down a little bit. Young man rather shaken by the start. I don't think he's alone in the United team. Oldham's 54th match of the season, their 16th in cup competitions, and they have a priceless lead.
Because apart from rocking Manchester United a bit, Oldham, who having lost 3 league games in 10 days, really got the boost there of an early goal, which now I think was vital, because if they'd have gone down in a game, having lost 3 league games, you know, you wonder whether the chins might have dropped. But now you can see them really fired up, taking such an early lead.
Particularly Trevor, as in those 3 league games, they conceded 6 and failed to score. So it's ended that scoring drought at the best possible time. Mark Hughes and Andy Holden. Webb underneath it, beaten by Barrett. Would he handle it? Redfern looking for Ritchie. Phelan gets in front of Ritchie. Flick on by Hughes. Gibson, great challenge by Holden. Flag goes up. United to push right up to about 15 yards on the halfway line. Webb. Being given no time to settle on the ball, and that's no surprise. It was by Coventry City. Ten minutes gone. Manchester United on the wrong end of a 1-0 score. The man who scored the goal is in the centre of your picture there, Earl Barrett. His third goal of the season, incidentally. Webb to chase. Andy Holden has made a very solid start. Here's Webb. Wins it back. Off Henry for the corner. Manchester United's first. In which Webb takes a central position, in which Gibson will curl in. There in the middle of the 6-yard box. Bruce didn't get cleanly at it. Paul Ince, blocked by Barlow. Michael Phelan's had a difficult start playing at right back. It's an interesting choice by Alec Ferguson, particularly bearing in mind that Paul Ince has played at full-back for him earlier in the season. Indeed, fairly recently. Leclerc. Put up. Bannister and Bruce both up on the far side, joining Gibson and Hughes. Leclerc in the centre. Bruce comes a bit short. It's out by Milligan. Ritchie. It's a major part of his role in the side, Andy Ritchie. He's very much a man to whom they give the ball and who will hold it up for others to come forward. Bannister, the cover man. Ince. Nobody wide. Had to go that way, covered by Barrett. Gives it away to Ince. Barrett seems unsure where to go. He's not covering behind the fullback. And Manchester United get the corner. And Barrett found himself a little bit as a spectator then. Wasn't really sure whether to stay with the man that he was initially trying to mark or to cover behind the man who was defending. Bit of push and shove with Leclerc. That's a difficult one and is brilliantly taken by John Hallworth. Got his place back from Andy Rhodes after missing the last 2 games.
There's Earl Barrett knocking it back, still recovering probably from scoring in the 3rd minute. And as I say, I'm still pretty sure that he wasn't offside. When the ball was whipped in, Ricky Holden, he did certainly make ground. We saw from the replay from behind the goal, you could see him take 4 or 5 strides forward.
Bannister making life unnecessarily difficult for himself. Hughes. Webb. Difficult for Neil Webb. So far he's playing like a man who hasn't been playing first-team football.
It's interesting selection by both managers, really. You got Ryan Robson and Neil Webb both been out long times, and of course Andy Holden and Andy Ritchie of Oldham. And it's a case of which of those 4, I suppose, makes the most impression.
This is Hughes. 4 United players in the area. Paul Ince. Phelan over to the right. Good challenge by Milligan. Good dummy by Ritchie. Marshall is far side. That's for whom it's aimed, but Marshall is offside. Lovely dummy, which Bannister balked completely, but it needed the instant crossfield ball. Barlow and McClare, and the free kick against the Oldham man, who's pulled away by Andy Holden. There is no man on the pitch keener to get to Wembley, unless it's Brian Robson. And it's Robson who will take the kick. So he's captain the winning side for United there. And that's one of his better free kicks. Webb. Ritchie. Bit of pulling. The referee doesn't give the free kick. Hughes tries to get something from Mr. Worrell for that, and Mr. Worrell, quite rightly, turns with an expression of disdain. Offside against Marshall.
We mentioned Andy Ritchie and Andy Holden here, sort of out wide, two key men sort of this season. But I think the two midfield men, Milligan and Henry, are so busy, people, that you know, they close people down. Innswebb and Robson at the moment haven't been able to get any space, and those two, as I say, are really key players. And I think Joe Roll has pinpointed those two as being very important if Oldham are going to be successful this afternoon.
He's the most influential player on the park at the moment. Getting ahead of Brian Robson. So much at stake for him, not only a place at Wembley, but if he could get the better of Brian Robson, then Jack Charlton would surely have to take note. Barrett had to watch the bounce and did well. Dear oh dear, Hughes crawling all over him. McClare, in spite of having three around him initially. Phelan, Rick Holden covering the space in front. This is Webb, Barlow to him. It's well done by Webb. Gibson at the back post. And Redfern does well. Just couldn't find Ritchie there. Redfern. Got the nod for the midfield position. There might have been thoughts in Joe Royle's mind of playing a fourth attacking player in Frank Bunn, or even in Roger Palmer. He's one of the substitutes, Palmer. Corner number 3 for Manchester United. There's Palmer in the centre, Warhurst to the left as we look. The other Oldham substitute. In comes Bruce. Holden went with him. Owen only partially away. Good turn by Gibson and a free kick. Bruce has got away, but he's offside.
Oldham have held the 18-yard box very well. That's about 3 free kicks now Manchester United have played in, and you know, that one was offside. Steve Bruce getting in there too early, and the other two have gone harmlessly through to John Hallworth. And at the moment, Manchester United finding it difficult to get a clear-cut opening.
We've been playing for 20 minutes. Noel Barrett's 6-minute goal dividing the teams. Manchester United seemingly having to do everything at a stretch. And this is Ritchie, good cover by Ince. Webb is virtually playing up front alongside Hughes, to whom he gives possession. Real determination from Barrett, shoulder to shoulder. And Robson will be spoken to by the referee. That really was a very poor challenge, one born of frustration. I'm sure he was upset that Barrett had won the ball.
It was a wonderful tackle by old Barrett. He's so quick in his recovery, and there's Brian Robson. Well, he must have made a few tackles already, hadn't he? You wouldn't think he's been out as long as he has.
Came off the head of Phelan. And I think if there's a word that would sum up Manchester United's performance so far, it is uncomfortable, all over the pitch. They're not enjoying what they're being asked to do. Not quite sure why Holden didn't give that to Hallworth, and I think Hallworth might agree with me. Hughes. Owen's clearance. Brian Robson was offside, and so probably were Webb and Hughes. Hughes took his goal tally to 13 with a brace against Coventry a week ago yesterday. Offside again. United certainly pushing up. A bit surprised about that. Redfern. Barrett. Marshall. Good passing, good pace. And adequate cover. Good challenge by Holden. Ritchie looking for a goalkeeper off his line. No mean effort. Scored 25 times this season. It's kept in. No, it's not. The linesman says the ball was taken out by the goalkeeper, so it's a corner. Leclerc. At the back is Hughes. Bit of a wrestling hold from Pallister. And that's for Webb, but it's covered by Barrett. Full value for their lead, Oldham Athletic. Uncomfortably by Rick Holden. Takes on Phelan for the first time, really. Webb. Virtually playing as a forward now. And being covered by Barrett. Oh, look at that for confidence. Maybe overconfidence. Played Barlow into a little bit of trouble. Ince. Free kick given against Henry. A bit of a wave of the arm that made contact. Typical of the tigerish play that he and Milligan are producing in midfield. Leclerc, Barlow with him. Easy for Henry. Not the best of clearances. And it was out before Ritchie made contact.
Well, at the moment, it's still Manchester United who are looking the more shell-shocked side. They haven't found their rhythm at all. The sort of system with Neil Webb floating around hasn't really worked. Colin Gibson playing wide today, out wide on the left, and with Mark Robins and Danny Wallace on the bench, Danny Wallace in particular, you do sort of wonder if it stays like this, you know, how long before perhaps an early change might come into play.
United throw quickly taken by Ware. Good shoulder to shoulder again with Barrett, who doesn't look as physically strong, but is matching pound for pound. And Ince complaining again. And the young man of considerable talent, Paul Ince, should really be concentrating on his game.
Jogging back there, Paul Ince, and certainly, as you say, he is a temperamental lad, and if he just concentrated on the skill he's undoubtedly got, because he looks probably as lively and as sharp as any United player, and to keep complaining about decisions is silly.
Good run by Milligan, but there's a losing battle in height with Pallister. Oldham. Free kick is against Phelan for a late contact after the ball had gone away. All right on the spot. Oldham and Marshall on the far side, Ritchie ahead of them. Oldham falls away. Pallister, wasn't the best of clearances by Gary Pallister. Beautiful first time ball by Milligan. That's a teaser, and is well held. Well played by Barlow. Mistake by Pallister, but he's able to recover. I would suggest that Oldham are winning about 90% of the 50-50 balls. Hughes. Barrett. Bruce. And Robson! It's 1-1! He's done it again. Including a replay, that's 4 semi-finals running in which he scored. Beautifully played through. And Robson, always got a touch on it, but couldn't keep it out. Excellent first time ball. Always may count himself a little unlucky, but Brian Robson has done it again.
Well, amazing, isn't he? There he is, a little smile, and really suddenly gets United back in a game that they were looking so edgy, and really, I suppose the selection is justified in that goal, isn't it? Neil Webb gets it, lovely touch through as Oldham try to play the offside, and there it is.
Pallister doing well to protect the lead. The comparison of stride. Here's McClare. Play on, says the referee. Not a protest from United, and rightly. That was either a first-time shot from McClare or nothing. proved to be the latter. The boos are from the crowd. There wasn't even a raised eyebrow from United players that I saw. A few words from McClare. But the noise is coming from the Manchester United support. And this is a testing time for Oldham in a match in which they have been dominant until Robson scored. Off the head of Marshall. Gibson, only to Redfern. And Redfern couldn't keep it down. He had actually rather more time than he took, but that's so easy to say from up here. Well, has Joe Royle's 41st birthday been spoiled by a man he's very happy to acknowledge as a close friend, Alec Ferguson and his team. 1-1 it is. And the drama does seem to have made its way up the M6. Hughes. Corner. It's often been said that semi-finals are dull, tense affairs. Not today. Fifth corner for Manchester United against one for Oldham. Sorry, against one. Out by Owen. Gibson popping up on the right side. Never looked likely to get the cross with the right foot. Bruce, solid challenge. Owen, Bruce again. Ritchie. Marshall is down the middle, Ritchie alongside. Marshall has Pallister for company. Well held by Martin. Milligan. Henry. Barlow. Holden, of the Rick variety. He's away. Ince the cover man. Spoilt the cross. Couldn't deny it, but he spoilt it, did Paul Ince. Second corner for Oldham. Redfern has come across to take it. Ritchie right in front of Jim Leighton. Met by Robson. Phelan. McClare. Finds Hughes. Hughes made that the case. Too far for Webb to run. Bruce was appealing for offside with 3 United defenders behind him. Manchester United a week ago managed a second consecutive league win for the first time. I guess they won 2 on the trot. I'm not sure what a second consecutive doesn't make it 4. But they have never managed this season in all competitions to win 3 matches on the trot. First time they had 2 under their belt. They came here to Main Road and were walloped 5-1 by Manchester City. This is Henry. And after Henry is Holworth. Ten minutes of the half remaining. The score 1-1. Scores Barrett and Robson. This is Redfern and Bruce, and that's a corner. Marshall and Ritchie. Marshall comes a little off the line to be in line with the near post. Ritchie is blatantly pushed. Doesn't complain about it, but was certainly pushed. Leighton just got him out of the way. It's gone for another corner. And the referee, in fact, went to have a word there with Jim Leighton. At the back is Holden. But trying to get round Steve Bruce, he couldn't direct the header. Look at that. No question about it. He got away with it. And Ritchie didn't complain. Hughes. Henry. Barlow. Holden again. We've got a man over. Gibson, back by Henry, kept his eyes firmly on the ball. Gibson again. Hughes is having to work hard for his money. Would have been nice had it worked. Marshall. Challenged by Pallister, who looked the favourite. Barlow. Henry. Redfern. Goal kick.
Well, the pace hasn't slackened, has it? Oldham haven't suffered adverse reaction, having got pegged back to one apiece, and at the moment, even Stephen, with perhaps both defences working hard to make sure that not many chances created in the last few minutes.
Milligan and Robson. Ritchie and Bruce. Ritchie played Bruce and not the ball. The reason for the free kick. And I think Bruce got a bit of a knock in the face. Or was it a bit lower? Ritchie certainly turned his body to play the defender. His hair was pretty short. I talked to him in the week. I think he's had a haircut since then. Webb, not comfortable for Holden. Nice touch by McClare. Ince still. Good vision. Phelan. Barrett's header. Ritchie to the right. Bruce goes with him. Good running on by Owen. Marshall is waiting, so is Holden. This is Marshall! This is Holden. Corner, says the referee. But they got caught out down their left flank then, Manchester United, because Owen just kept running. Suddenly found he was on his own with the ball in a fair amount of space. Ritchie in front of Leighton again. Marshall just further out. Good punch, but it comes straight to Henry. Off the line by Ince. And forget that I said good punch, because it wasn't. Under pressure from Ritchie, it was a pretty poor punch, and Leighton was fairly fortunate to get away with it. Henry denied by Paul Ince. Comfortably cleared by the man on the line. Well, even so.
Well, two escapes there, really. The first one was a great run down the right by Irwin, who whipped in the cross, and Marshall's header was blocked by Pallister, and then again there, Henry, low drive. There was Paul Ince doing his job at what he was put there for on the line and hooking it away. But they do like to get the fullbacks, Irwin and Barlow forward, and at the moment, certainly Oldham reacted better than Manchester United haven't got level, really.
Strong challenge by Ince on Henry. Phelan did well. Hughes. McClare. Webb pulls away. It's coming out to Robson! And it got deflected for the corner. United player is down, it's Brian Robson. And I think he just fell awkwardly as he came through. Webb did well here because he went one way, then pulled back, but just couldn't pull back enough. And they're all committed, the weight's all the wrong way. In comes Robson, two go to challenge him. And off one, the ball went for the corner. Driven in. And it's Ritchie who clears spectacularly after Hallworth had missed equally spectacularly. That's an awkward one. Foul on the goalkeeper by Bruce.
We're not no shortage of goalmouth incident, is there? That one, Brian Robson again surging through late, and Irwin, with a combination and a bit of help from Barrett, both got up and just blocked it. Otherwise, there was a second goal for the man himself.
Dennis Irwin. Pallister. Gibson. Webb. Beautifully won by Redfern. Good passing by Oldham. Holden. Henry. Unbelievable muddle, but Ince unties the knots. Hughes, good try, held off his man well, struck it well with the left foot. McClare. Gibson makes the run. Irwin goes with him. And we're into the last 2 minutes of a vigorous half. Henry, Ritchie, such a good target man, brings in so many players. Oldham have proved themselves over the season. Their cup successes may have been on their own pitch, but should be remembered, they held Everton at Goodison, they held Southampton at the Dell, and their passing quality has been noted all around. One of the sad things about the fact that the pitch will go is that all the youngsters who was able to watch playing on it last week will not have a place to go. One of the pluses of plastic pitches. Milligan. Ritchie, as we move into the last minute of the half. And Henry tried to spread it out. Barlow. Milligan, a quick look up first. It's a coming player is Michael Milligan. Not quite what Marshall intended. Webb. Ritchie. Good first touch, good use. Good cover again by Ince, and he's done a lot of that. Nice little shimmy too. But Neil Webb certainly hasn't got the pace back yet, and it's not a surprise. Just Worrell allowing a little time for the odd stoppage and injury. Occasional word in passing. A watch by Martin. Foot was high by Milligan, and the referee wants to talk to Mike Milligan. So no major problems for Gibson. Webb. Oh, that's a nasty one. And John Hallworth decided to watch it, and I think Barrett is telling him that just maybe he made the wrong decision, but he survived. Webb can take the corner. Number 7 for Manchester United. It's a lucky number for some people. Come to be away by Owen. And it's all square, with Earl Barrett opening the scoring in the 6th minute, and Brian Robson scoring the equaliser in the 29th. Plenty of incident, all to play for. Half-time, 1-1.